Welcome into Thy Kingdom Come. We are a podcast where we talk everything Chiefs and NFL. Today's going to be kind of a fun day. We don't really have any direction of what we're going to do, but we do have a couple of people that are going to enjoy it with you watching and me. And the first one is going to be Deontay sitting across from me. So what's up, man?
Yo, what's up? Good morning, everybody.
Yeah. A reminder, we are recording this in the morning on Thursday, so if you watch it anytime other than that, we blame you for not watching it live when we're not live. Hey,
yes, it's your fault.
It's your fault we're not live. All right, next we got Josiah Manning. Everything that we need to know.
I still don't get paid.
That's a crazy story.
I know.
I don't either.
Really?
Yeah.
How come
Crazy.
I wasn't told we wasn't getting paid?
Crazy.
I'm out. Let's get to everybody.
All right, let me talk
See
to your
ya.
manager. Who's your manager?
I'm looking at him right now.
Oh, that's me?
Yeah, it's you, dude.
This was your idea.
Yeah, both of your jobs suck.
Oh, so we got a
You
problem.
suck at both of your jobs.
We got a problem with this guy over here.
All right, rock, paper, scissors to see who got it. Sure.
Yeah, split
Anyways.
the pot of zero.
Oh
yeah.
my God. Yeah, we'll split the pot of zero. What is happening right now? So today, how about Josiah? How about you tell us what we're going to do today? We let Deontay and I, explain things that are going on. How about you tell us what we're going to do? Because you're kind of manning the screen, of which we will. You're not going to see it in the cameras, but we'll go ahead and pop it up on screen. If you're listening and not watching, you can watch the YouTube video later and see everything that's going on in regards to what we're going to do.
Yeah, so we're going to do at least 2 mock drafts, 4 rounds. Pretty standard, 1 no trades, 1 maybe with some trades. Who knows? We might get a little crazy with the second one. But
I love crazy. Spooky.
Yeah, it's going to be a little bit more relaxed. Kind of go wherever we want to. So
Sweet.
I'm sure that's probably pretty hard for him. Google any stat for that.
I sit here either way.
We didn't give him any papers, so
Right.
yeah, he did pretty good. I'm proud of you.
I mean,
Right.
you are on camera. Every time you open your mouth, you're going to be on camera.
Okay.
So I hope you know.
I'm gonna keep my mouth shut unless I'm gonna. Have
even
something
if
to say.
somebody's talking at the same time, I'm going to make sure the camera is on you.
That's messed up. That's messed up.
Don't mess up, man. All right. Sweet. So, Deontay, how do we want to start this, man?
Well, we can start it first by saying, man, we are just a week away, literally, from the draft. The draft is held in Detroit, Michigan this year. I mean, nobody would do it as good as we did last year, but I may be a little biased, but anyways, but round 1 is going to be on Thursday, which is April 25th, starting at 8:00. And then you got rounds 2 and 3. That would be at Friday, April 26th at 7 p.m. And then you have rounds 4 through 7. That'll be Saturday, April 27th. So, it's gonna cover everything there. So, it's gonna be a pretty hype night. So, I think we should start though. Before we get into this, because obviously, we talk Chiefs. So our team on the simulator is going to be the Chiefs. So we could let's just briefly look at.
Can we draft really poorly for the Raiders?
Yes, absolutely.
We do a mock draft and just make the Raiders.
I can select the Raiders.
I
if
mean,
you want me to.
it wouldn't it wouldn't matter because I don't know whether we draft great or poorly. It's just not going to help them. But
right.
Oh yes.
Sorry, Antonio Pierce.
So let's just talk about maybe some of the needs that we have before we kind of touch into this draft, and then we can elaborate more as hopefully what we will see on the board is around there. But I think we have to target offensive line, specifically tackle. I know right now we got Wanya Morris slotted there. But I think, again, some of these pieces that we got, we need to look at some, future things, and I don't know, you can get the guy that you want if it's still on the board. But I think tackle is a huge need for us going into this draft. And there's a lot of great options there. Well, I'm gonna say there's some decent options. I think this draft is pretty loaded with
A lot of talent.
A lot of talent in a lot of positions.
And I'm just going based off what other people tell me. I don't watch college football that much, so, but I watched enough of like the combine and some pro day stuff. I understand who's available,
right,
and kind of their abilities, but other than that, like, Deontay knows more. About that.
I tried to pretend.
You
but
fake it,
yeah,
man.
But I think around that, there's some great names that can fall like in areas that we're looking at. You got Patrick Paul from Houston. You get Kingsley Suamataia. I don't know how to pronounce that. So
did you tie your shoe?
I did. Yeah, semi tied it. I don't know. Who knows? Jordan Morgan can fall somewhere around there. Who's from Arizona? So I think tackle is a position of need for us in the offensive line. I think. I don't know. Some of you may be like, well, you could disagree a little bit this because all the moves that we made during the kind of offseason. But I think defensive line still is a need for us. Considering literally, Turk Wharton, Mike Pinnell, Derek Nottie, Matt Dickerson. A lot of these guys have 1-year deals under their belt. So, after this year, we literally could not resign them after the season. So I think we are needing some depth in those areas as far as future kind of after this. So I don't know. I think defensive line is huge for us as well.
Right.
I like a household name, which is Darius Robinson from Missouri, but not just because he's from Missouri.
Household for you. Okay?
Yes.
I'm
household
from the Kansas side.
We don't care what he has to say, so we're muting his mic right now. So, but we got Darius Robinson.
I muted myself, guys. Is that
weird? we got Darius Robinson that could be falling around that time. That is a name that that could fall around there. Devontae Sweat is another one. But again, I think that some defensive line with all these guys with these 1-year deals, we gotta bring in some depth. And I think that's why this year and next year is pretty big for us as far as draft because so many of these players that we've had re-signed to these short-term deals. So, and I know some of them are going to be coming up after this season as they hit free agency is going to be wanting some money,
Right.
So I think that's you got to think about that,
and deservedly because
absolutely.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
our roster is absolutely insane. The way we've drafted over the last 5 years has put us in a terrible spot. For next year. But at the same time, it shows.
Yeah, all these players doing so well, and I mean they're open to some decent contracts. So we get that there, and then we cannot not think of the wide receiver room. Because when you think about it, this is Kadarius Toney, the last of his contract. Sky Moore has 2 more years, but who knows? We could part ways with him next year.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe try to trade him away. Maybe get a later draft pick. For the next year, deal him after this year. Up Justin Watson's in the last of his contract. Hollywood Brown, we only signed to a 1-year deal. So again, this right here this year is really big for for Marquise Brown because if by all means Chiefs was like, hey, he's done what he's done for us and maybe we move on, that he's looking like if I don't want to re-sign with the Chiefs, I'm trying to build my stock to get some money.
Right.
It's kind of the same thing with Juju Smith-Schuster.
Right, when he came here.
Yeah, after he came here, won the Super Bowl, went to New England, got a decent contract. And we know we wasn't looking to re-sign him, and he wasn't looking to re-sign, and he got a decent contract.
Yeah.
So a bunch of these guys that have playing most of our snaps, their contracts are coming up after this year. And so and this is not regarding anything what's going on with Rice. We know there's questions there. What could he be suspended or what can happen there? But I think wide receiver room, has to be on the board regardless, because if you think about all these names, of what could happen.
Nothing's long term.
Yeah, nothing's long term.
Right.
We can still make a move after the draft and free agency. But again, the only couple players that you really have to returning is Rashee Rice, Sky Moore, and I don't know, Nico Ramingo. I think still be under contract. I think Anthony Miller is down the 1 year. So some of these guys who knows what could come about there. So I think I think we have to target that because you got Rice, part of your future. Kelsey isn't getting younger, so
he doesn't age backwards.
Taylor Swift doesn't have that effect on him. So
I could have sworn
it's all for nothing
she
now.
gave like the Benjamin Button effect or something.
Yeah,
where he stays like 22 for the rest of his life.
Yeah, yeah. So I
think he at least feels it.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I think it's false advertisement is what I want to say. So
wow, that's an accusation.
Yeah. So, but I think we got to target receiver room for sure. So you can have. You can have your future with Rice,
which we've shown we can do later on in the draft.
Absolutely,
so.
Yep. So I think those are some big needs, and I think secondary as well. We know with losing Snead, I think there's we have drafted well when it has came to our secondary.
Right.
I mean, could we be fine? Yes, but I don't know. You bring in a guy who's this rookie who's coming in that's willing to compete. I think it'll just boost some maybe confidence in some of these other guys.
100%.
Or maybe this guy comes in and is like, "No, I'm coming to take your spot." That's what we want to see because we're going for a 3-peat, and you gotta have battling back and forth.
Well, and you hear
positions.
You hear it all the time, especially from the Chiefs guys, that they enjoy having somebody that's going to push them to be better.
Exactly.
So competing they don't necessarily look at it as a bad thing. They look at it as okay, I've got to be the best I can be. Kadarius Toney said something about that last offseason, right?
Mm-hmm.
That he had to be better, and he did have quite the down year. But
sure.
I mean, the Chiefs are still. Andy Reid says he's the most athletic guy in the locker room still.
Yep.
After the season he's had, so
and in his
they're
press
still
conference this week, Andy Reid said, "Hey, we still believe in you, and just got to do your part."
Right. I mean, we don't lose in the Kadarius Toney situation.
Right.
It's either we release him for nothing or we try to get something out of him.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yep. So yeah, we got some moves to make, and it's pretty awesome how these moves that we need how it fell, because I'm telling you, once we kind of get into, and I'm sure you out there maybe have been watching some mock draft things and or hearing others talk about it, but this draft is deep, man. It's deep. So there's high hopes that we can fill some positions. I will say this right before we get into the mock draft. I think though if you want to call it tiers, I think the tier 1 talent in the first round, I don't know, to me, I feel like it drops off around in the 20th spot. And then a bunch of these other guys that you can get, whether you get them late in the first round or in the second round, they're all within this same type of second tier caliber.
Right.
That, in those positions, anyone that you grab can compete just as same as someone who can go before.
Right. Yeah. Do you think that there is a chance that Chiefs trade up for somebody?
Let me say this. Like in my personal opinion, I don't think that the Chiefs would take a receiver in the first round.
Right.
But capital B there. I think that there potentially could be if we go get Brian Thomas, because you got to think about it. The top tier really coming out of this draft is Marvin Harrison Jr.,
yes,
Roma Doomsday,
yep,
and Malik Neighbors.
Yep. And
then once you fall right around in that tier 2, tier 2 is, to me, is 2 players, and that's Brian Thomas Jr. And A.D. Mitchell. I think those 2 are tier 2, and everybody else, and I know some of you may be like, I disagree. That's okay, because I think tier 3, you got Lad McConkley, Xavier Leggett, Keon Coleman, Troy Franklin. You have a bunch of those guys that I think fall in tier 3, and I think A.D. Mitchell and Brian Thomas, especially Brian Thomas, actually is still growing.
Yeah.
And he hasn't necessarily played a lot of football in his lifetime. So and he has great upside, standing at 6'3", 209. He had a great combine. So I think you're looking at that tier. That second tier, you're looking at Brian Thomas and A.D. Mitchell. I think if Brian Thomas is falls in those 20th area, I think potentially they could look to move. But the
Right.
big kicker is, as we know, what's illuminating around the league is nobody wants to deal with the Chiefs.
Right.
Look at Diggs. They
We're
say
gonna
you
have
go
to trade
anywhere
a
but the
lot.
Chiefs.
We're gonna have
Right.
to trade a lot in order to get. We might have to be willing to drop a second and a third to move up to even that 10 spots to say 21, 22
Yep.
to pick some. We have now before we did our back to back, we did move up to get cornerback
Trevor Duffy?
Trent McDuffie. Thank you.
Yeah.
Dear God.
We got you. Stats
Oh,
guy, come on, man.
Stats guy, come
Sorry.
on.
Get with
Trent
it,
McDuffie,
dude.
number 22. I know Chiefs. I
Yeah.
know things.
Yeah.
That was so sad.
But yeah, I think it's hard because honestly, if Brian Thomas is in the later 20s, he's not going past the Bills. We know that the Bills lost Gabe
100%.
Davis. Stephon Diggs, and they did pick up Curtis Samuel. But I'm telling you, they're looking for that guy. They
Yeah.
can be looking to move up. But if Brian Thomas or honestly A.D. Mitchell, I don't think neither one of them falls past 28 if
Right.
the Buffalo Bills don't move up even further. So
Right.
I think it's going to be really hard and to move up because I don't think a lot of these teams are wanting to deal with this. To be honest,
Yeah.
Well,
nobody-
not just being conceited about what the Chiefs are doing,
Right.
But I think it's just I just think it's on paper that what we have done and to get better talent when you look
Right.
at those top tier players, getting them earlier in the first round. I think that teams are gonna be like, nah, I don't know about that too much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, in the 2010s, nobody wanted to trade with the Patriots.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Here we are with the Chiefs.
Yep.
Oh, darn.
Yeah.
So sad
I
that we're
know.
so good.
Shoot. So, but yeah, I think if one of those players are falling in there, I don't know. Talise Fuaga, who's offensive lineman.
God bless you.
Yes, thank you. I think that if he's on their board and potentially he's kind of up there, they could try to make a move. But again, I think about it. Even Talise Fuaga, who is a pretty stacked guy, and we actually talked to him during. We met with him during the combine and such. I just don't know if he falls that later. And again, you have to look at these tiers within these players of knowing that, man, if I can get somebody in the round 20th or so, and they fall later in the 30th or second round, some of these guys are, we understand there's unknown,
Right.
but some of them is around that same caliber is just all what you're looking for.
Yep.
And so I think it may be hard to move up. Now, can we move down? I think it could be a viable option.
Right.
Because
Maybe pick up an extra draft pick.
Let's
Yeah.
be honest. Pick 32 is the first round is the first pick of the second round.
Yep.
In my opinion,
Yeah.
of how you look at it, whether you're drafting 32 or 33rd. I mean, it's about the same,
Shoot, if you can get a swap second round picks,
Yep.
or like give up our first round for a second round and maybe get a seventh round on top of it, we're gaining capital.
Yeah, or if you move down maybe in the mid 30s, but then
Right.
but then within that trade, you'd move down in the mid 30s, but then you can jump up your second round from 64, and maybe you're in the 50s. Again, whoever
Right.
you get around between in there, it's all about the same potential.
Right.
And I mean, I know some of those guys can stand out. You can have that. You know what I mean? I mean, look at what we have done in the past just with players that we've been able to develop. So again, I think it may be kind of hard to move up. I think there's potential you can move down. If you can move down somewhere in the 30s and come up also in the second, I think it can be beneficial because again, like I said, some of those, I think, Patrick Paul and some of those offensive linemen, they can fall in that mid 30s. Defensive lineman Devontae Sweat, we understand he got in a little trouble there, but it could bring his draft stock down a little bit. Darius Robinson, some of these guys could fall in those mid 30s.
Right.
So
And Andy Reid's a guy that likes to give second chances.
yeah. So that's what I think. I think if we can kind of maybe deal the 32nd pick and false around there, I don't know. Who knows? It can and move us up in another spot. We can still get what we're looking for. But I think, though, as we get into this, like once you see it hits, I think it's going to be really hard without giving up, without giving up so much to move up. Because
Right.
honestly, in some of these position areas, if you don't move up within that top 10, I don't know how much it is to move up. And use some of your draft capital.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I can see is, you're trying to deal your future third round pick that we got from the Snead trade.
Right.
Like honestly, lineman wise, I probably wouldn't move up, and I couldn't see the Chiefs moving up unless they're getting Joe Alt.
Right.
And to get Joe Alt, you're going to have to be in the top 7 picks. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right.
Or receiver wise.
Goodbye to the rest of our draft.
Yeah.
We're not going to be the Saints
Exactly.
and trade our entire draft for somebody.
Right. Or the Bills.
Or the Bills.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah. And so, here's the thing. Even receiver wise, we would have to move up to top 10 to battle to get anywhere close to Marvin Harrison, Roma Doomsday, or Malik Neighbors, who's in that tier
Yeah.
1. And, that's just not going to be possible
Right.
unless we give up literally everything.
Right.
So, again, I don't know about moving up there. So, but those are just some thoughts there. I don't know if we want to go ahead and you guys want to kick off this draft.
Yeah, let's go ahead and kick
Yeah.
it off, man.
We got our stats guy who we're just running this NFL mock draft
Okay.
simulator, and so we're seeing some names come off the
Caleb
board.
Williams, Jaden Daniels,
Yeah.
Drake.
I would have
May-
never thought
Wow.
Caleb Williams would go number 1.
Wow.
I just can't believe
Wow.
that. I just cannot believe that.
Okay, so you go quarterback, receiver,
Hey,
receiver.
Hey, funny thing is, in one of the mock drafts I've seen, somebody took Drake May first. So I don't know what that guy was on.
What?
But, yeah, that's why he's not in the front office. So, but
Joe
yeah,
Alt, there-
again,
there he
see, like I
goes.
said, you got to get in the top 10.
Right.
Then that Joe Alt go across the board. I think
Arnold.
secondary, like I said, I don't think we go first round secondary. It would be cool again to get in as Rackstraw, town, hometown favorite, but
Right.
it's okay there. So
Let's see.
you're starting to see, there
Brian
go Brian
Thomas.
Thomas goes
Dang
to the
it.
Jags. They did lose Calvin Ridley, so I mean,
Yep.
hey, could they be looking for a receiver? Very much so. And this one, I believe, we're not running with any drafts. This is trades. This is just straight through.
Yeah.
So we're kind of just seeing it play out as we see it crawling across the board.
Was it like 3
Oh,
seconds?
there go
up in-
Kingsley Sumatai Shu. He went at 25th. Chop Robinson.
And
he had-
Kool-Aid, dang.
Chop Robinson had a great combine. That man ran, I think it was like a 4.38 or 4.39 40
Right.
for an edge rusher. So,
Adonai Mitchell's gone.
yep, 80
Okay,
Mitchell's gone.
so hey,
Oh, look at this.
So we're not doing
We're
trades.
going to reject
This
a
will be
trade.
interesting here in a minute.
But yeah.
The other one, but
There's some that was coming through.
So here we go. Xavier Worthy. Okay, we've talked about the speed of Xavier Worthy.
Mm-hmm.
Do we go with him and speed? Get that tiny guy. I think if we go receiver, it's got to be a bigger receiver.
Yeah.
I think we need somebody big that and Lab McConkey's gone too. Am I right?
No,
or is he still
I'm just
available?
on tackles.
Yeah.
He's still. Sorry, he's
Yeah.
still.
I think he's still
Still
available.
there.
The only thing, again,
Like
Xavier Worthy, we understand that speed isn't everything. And I
Right.
think with Xavier Worthy, here's the thing. We think one thing, but we know in the front office we've always kind of drafted these kind of similar players.
Right.
I mean, Rasheed Rice is a little bigger guy
Right.
that we've taken, but I mean, could they take Worthy? They could, but I just don't think you take him just based off his speed because I think a guy like Keon Coleman, who his catch radius and what he was able to do in drills with his route running and catches, were fantastic.
Right.
And he has decent size. So again, I don't think speed is everything, and I think we hopefully will branch out a little bit with that. But I could see when we look at the tackles there, Patrick Paul's still there. We still got Jordan Morgan is still there.
Mm-hmm.
But okay, so in this first draft that we're doing, I think let's go to the defensive side, and we got on.
You want edge or tackle?
Let's go edge. Let's look at the edge there. We got Darius Robinson.
Mhm.
He's there. So
That's your guy.
yeah, that's your guy.
That's
So
your guy.
I think for this one, for fun, we got to take the
All right.
guy, Darius Robinson.
All
Okay,
right.
we got to take him at 32.
All right, there we go.
So
Panthers.
we take him at
next.
32. Look at
Keon Coleman.
Coleman.
Lab
There with
McConkey.
McConkey.
Okay.
Go over to the offensive side to see who's available there. Let's look at receiver. Let's look to take a receiver in the second round. How about that?
Okay.
You know,
Xavier Worthy's falling.
I mean, I think we would have to go offensive tackle
Yeah,
next.
I agree.
If we go deep,
I
If
agree.
we go defensive line, but we can just see it play out. Look, Troy Franklin and Xavier Leggett still on the board.
Worthy.
Leggett.
Jalen Polk.
We have a buddy that's really high on Leggett.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Really high on
that's
Leggett.
that's his best bud. So they're like cousins or something. So please fall, because if he listens when he sees this and sees Xavier Leggett, he's going to.
I mean, there's
his mind,
Jalen Polk from Washington still up there.
Yep. He's a name that's been talked about. And here's the thing: if some of these guys go, one of the guys that we've talked to, or that has been on the eye is Devontae Walker. So again, like I said, I believe like a player like that, he falls around that 64th pick. He has some same caliber as Jalen Polk, as Xavier Leggett, and some of these guys. So Roman Wilson looked from Washington, or
Look at that.
he
A
went
bunch of
even
trades there.
Bunch of trades
before
right there.
some of these guys. There's some trades coming through. Let's see who else we got. Oh, Xavier Leggett just
Leggett
went up
went.
to the Bills.
Of course.
Oh, and Devontae Walker just went.
Oh man.
So, all right, who's 49ers taking? All right, they went D tackle. So,
I agree
but
that we
we're gonna
probably
reject
need
these
to
trades.
go offensive tackle here.
yeah, I think with who's left on the board, I think we can go O tackle, and I think let's see. We got Roger there from Washington. Washington's had a great draft this year. I mean, they got a lot of draft picks coming in.
They had a
We got
lot
Blake
of guys
Fisher,
leave
yeah.
for the draft.
From Notre Dame, who's has some decent size. Let's go with Blake Fisher there. Let's go with Blake Fisher from
Take
Notre Dame.
Blake Fisher.
We're going with Blake Fisher. Let me see here. Blake Fisher.
Okay.
Let me look up something.
We're gonna pull up Blake Fisher here, just so we have some stats. So 6'6", 310.
Yeah.
That's a big dude.
Yeah, that's a big man. And
Looking at this guy, do you think he's related to Eric Fisher? Probably not.
Probably not. I mean,
I-
one has
I saw
tattoos and
his
one
name.
doesn't, so probably not.
So I made that comment probably like a month ago
Yeah.
to somebody, and they're like, "You've never seen Blake Fisher, have you?" I was like, "No, no, I haven't."
Man. Yeah, so he's a big guy with some wingspan.
Huge.
And so-
anything above like 6'4",
Right.
on the line,
Yeah.
massive.
Yeah.
It's a huge advantage. That minimum extra 4-inch wingspan
Yep.
is huge.
It is.
For blocking.
Yep. And so, hopefully he has a footwork there. And again, who knows? Maybe the Chiefs are like, hey, Juwan Taylor, we know that we said you couldn't play left tackle, but
Right.
maybe, hey, you can move the left tackle. We bring this guy and play right tackle. Who knows?
Right.
So there's something to play around with. Now, again, I think that this next pick in the third round, we got to probably look for a receiver.
Yeah.
We all know, hey, we can take Brett, hey, Marvin Harrison went, and, he's a son of a legend. Hey, I'll take Brendan Rice, son of Jerry Rice,
Right.
But,
Right.
Yeah, I think here when you look at who's left, I think.
Luke McCaffrey's available.
Yeah, look at that.
Luke McCaffrey's available. I mean,
Yeah, he can go to San Fran, though, so.
Yeah,
he's gonna
right.
play with his
we'll
brother.
we'll give him a chance.
Yeah, but I think I like Jermaine Burton here. He was one of their top tackle or top receivers for Alabama, and I
6
like
foot,
him.
196.
Yeah. And he has that size that what we've kind of all played around.
Yep.
He can play slot. He can play outside as well. So
Yeah.
I think let's go with
Lock it in?
Yeah, let's lock it in with Jermaine Burton. I like Jermaine Burton. Jermaine Burton there. So this is the third round.
we got one more round
so
left.
we got one more round left. What position you like there, Justin, for a fourth round?
So I'm gonna throw this one out there. Pull up cornerback. Or yeah, let's do cornerback or defensive back. Let's see, we'll look at cornerbacks. See who's available. Okay, one just came off the board.
Is this the cornerback side of it?
Yeah,
Alright, let's
Josh
see.
Newton, Andrew Phillips.
We got a.
Let's see.
Josh Newton is still on the board.
Yep.
He's 5'11".
Josh Newton just dropped
He just dropped. He just went off the board.
Boo. Off the board.
Boo.
to the Chargers,
Okay.
which
Boo.
sucks.
Yeah, right.
Is Chris Abrams Drain? He's still on the board. Oh, they may actually they may have him listed as a safety. So, which again, he's from Missouri, but
Yeah.
no, go back to secondary.
Let's
Who we got? We got is that Kyrie Jackson?
Kyrie
Mhm.
Jackson's still
He's
there.
still on the board.
Let's see. So let's look at. Man, this is where my lack of watching college football comes into play, because I'm legit just looking. Kyrie Jackson, he's
6'4", 194.
he's a big cornerback.
Big cornerback.
And he
Yeah,
just
he
came off the
just-
board.
he did.
Gosh darn
To the
it!
Ravens.
Gosh.
I mean, understandably, because he's so good.
And he's a great press. He's a pretty decent press corner as well.
Let's see. Let's look at
Who we got left on there? Jerry Jones.
Jermaine Jones. Where does this dude at?
I think is it Jerry
Jarian.
Jarian?
Jarian.
Oh,
Yeah, stats guy. Please help us on
Yeah,
pronunciation.
because I'm gonna let you
That's
guys
not
know.
a good idea.
I'm gonna let you guys know. I have contacts in, and I can't see. I probably should have worn
So
my
he's
glasses
standing at
today.
6 foot 190
Um,
from Florida State.
Jarian Jones. So I mean,
These guys left on the board.
No.
Wait,
I was
so
trying
go
to
back
Wait,
think
to-
of Jarian.
who's left on the board there? We got Elijah Jones, Boston College. I think is that Jarvis Brownlee? I think he was.
I mean, Roe Torrance. Is Roe Torrance there? I imagine he is. Josiah's over here messing things up. I'm just
Who are you looking for?
Joe Torrance. Is Joe Torrance there?
Nah, they
Or
could
Or
have
Roe
him.
Torrance, I'm sorry. No, I don't see him.
No.
They
I don't
could
see
have
it.
him. Either he went off the board, or they could have him as a.
So it shows us as a cornerback on my end, but
Yeah, they
Who
they
knows?
could have him as a safety. Let's see.
Again.
All right, let's go back to the
This is-
board.
we think it's still recording. We're not sure.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's take Jarvis Brownlee. Yeah, quarterback from Louisville.
Yeah.
He got some grit to him.
I like grit.
Yes.
You didn't
All right.
let me finish. I like
It's
grits.
just
Yeah.
gonna
Grits.
finish it out.
Grits are my
Yeah.
So-
You can. Yeah. So
okay. So
let's,
this is
let's look at the results. Well, let us go ahead and look at them. Yeah.
There we go.
So we got at pick 32, Darius Robinson. Pick 64, we got Blake Fisher, offensive tackle Notre Dame. We got Jermaine Burton from Alabama, and we got Jarvis Brownlee from Louisville.
this doesn't show the grades of those, does it?
No, I don't
Okay.
think
No, I
it
don't.
will on
I
this
think
one.
you probably need to have like the PFF like premium or something like that
Oh yeah, to
probably.
see.
to
Some-
see your
some of the other
grade.
details.
Yeah.
So listen, so this was just for fun, and this was, what we drafted with no trades or nothing going in there.
Right.
Just when you play this back and you watch it, throw some comments on what you thought or maybe who you would have taken. We would love to hear that. All right.
By no means are we professionals. Guys.
No,
These
no.
are just our opinions,
Listen,
and they're a little skewed because I know nothing about college.
yeah. Listen, we're not claiming to be draft experts here,
Right.
but we are just we're dabbling. We're getting our feet wet a little bit. All right, so here for this one, let's do 4 rounds, and
Keep
we're
it
And I'll
4?
speed it up a little bit.
yeah, we'll speed up a little bit, and we'll look for some. All right, here we go. All right, we'll see some picks.
Yep.
Okay.
And we'll
let's see.
tinker in allowing trades. So we'll allow trades to us, not the other way around. We won't trade to other people, right?
No, we can do. Yeah, I want to throw it in.
Okay. All right.
Yep.
Let's do it.
We'll be able
Let's
to.
do it.
So, before we start, or let's let
Pause
it.
it.
Yeah, no, let's go to about 10. Pick 10.
Okay.
And then I want to pause it and let's see if we can. Let's see what it would look like if we could move up and grab Brian Thomas.
Okay.
We'll probably need to be around the Let's see if the Colts would be willing to deal that number 15
Okay.
spot.
Yep. And
Okay, let's give them that. Let's give them that
32nd pick.
Let's give them the 32nd. Let's give them the third of next year. The L'Jarius Sneed.
Uh-huh.
Give them the Tennessee third round. Let's give them the Tennessee third round. And
What do you think? Try throwing in maybe like 179 this
Yeah.
year
yeah, let's do that. Was it? Yeah, let's try.
173.
Let's see.
or
Let's see that.
173. See,
And
like
then-
I said, I don't have contacts.
And
I
then we
only-
want the 15 pick of the Colts.
Yep.
Let's see what we
Propose.
get there.
Okay, see what
Propose
we
that.
get.
Yeah.
Probably rejection. Oh, look at that.
And we can try to
Yeah, all right,
do it
go
again.
back. Yeah, let's propose. We need. They're looking for a little more. See, this is what we're saying.
Uh-huh.
I don't even think that, even though we're using this mock draft simulator.
Go ahead.
I think some of this will play out to where I'm telling you it's going to be hard to trade up per se.
Right. So here's the thing: we don't want to give away too much.
Exactly.
Go ahead and change that 173rd pick to the
Give them the
fourth
fourth
round
round
pick.
Yeah.
So give them a first and fourth this year and a third next year.
Yep.
For their
And for the
15th
15th.
overall.
And run that.
Yeah,
Yep.
run that.
See, they're tough,
Jeez.
man. Scroll down the draft. Let's see.
Do you think
who's
there's-
a few after the Colts?
On
okay.
No,
the
or-
left. On the left side.
Yeah, on the left. Scroll there.
down. Yeah.
Let's see what we got. Maybe let's see if Let's see if Seattle would want to do a little something. But this time, see, we're just going to show you how expensive these teams are going to be looking for. Throw in the first, the second of next year, and the third, and then give them fifth round, that 159.
Okay.
For their 16th.
Yep.
See,
No.
Yeah.
it's going to be a hard bargain. I mean, and to me, that's
do you
way
th-
too much.
Do you
That's
think
way
the
too
teams told every mock draft simulator that they don't want to trade with the Chiefs?
Yes, I think that's so. All right, so here let's resume draft a little bit. Or here, let's drop down and
Let's let the next 6 picks
yeah,
go.
let's see him go, and then
To the-
Brian Thomas went. Well,
Yep.
see, I don't want to trade up anymore.
Okay.
Let's
ahead.
see. Let's stop at the 20th pick there, and then
See what's available.
Yep.
Okay.
And I just want you to go to best available. Go to all. And let's just talk about this. So offensive tackle. See, you got J.C. Latham. You got, who's the next one now? You got Tyler Guyton.
Yep.
Guyton, sorry, apologize.
Kingsley.
Yep, you got
Jordan
Kingsley
Morgan.
there, Jordan Morgan. See, again, all those players right there, they're all this same kind of tier.
Right.
So I don't, again, what's looking at what's left, even receiver wise.
Who's
I know
grabbing
80,
a tackle out of those?
yeah,
Who's-
I know
yeah.
80 Mitchell's still on the board, but again, like I said, a bunch of these players, you get them, if you get them in the 20, early 20s or 32, I mean, you're getting that same tier type of player.
Right.
And this just shows how much it is going to be tough.
Yeah.
So here, let's do this. Let's propose a trade, and let's try to move down a few spots. Actually, let's look down past the show past the 32nd.
Yeah.
Let's go
So,
to.
Who needs somebody?
Let's go to the Washington.
the Reds.
Yeah, yeah.
Or, I'm sorry. Commanders.
Yeah, the Commanders.
The Commanders.
Commanders.
Sorry,
And let's
I
give
grew
away.
up in the 90s.
So we're going to give away our 32, and let's give away our 64. Yep, next year's third for Tennessee, because they're not going to do so well, so they'll be
Right.
higher up in the draft. You know what I mean? And then we want their 36 and their 40.
40.
Yes, 36 and 40th, and we just for giggles, let's give away the fourth round pick of this year, the one. Yep. 131. Let's see what they're willing to do. Ooh,
Wow.
rejection. Okay, go back to
Really?
it. Yeah, watch this. So go ahead and do the first and second.
For us.
Yep, and then do
36.
do third of next year for Tennessee, and go ahead and do your second round pick of next year for their
Okay.
36 and 40th.
Man, we're giving up so much more than they are.
See,
And see,
it's
like,
tough, man.
That's
wild.
crazy.
Scroll down a little bit. Let's go to. Let's go to Tennessee. We did Tennessee, was it?
No,
nobody
we didn't
watched. Let's do
watch that.
Tennessee at 38. All right, and then I want you to give that same first.
They're going to
second,
get their pet. They're getting their third round pick for next year back.
and give them that second round. Let's get
No, so take the second round out.
Oh yeah.
Take the second round out. And don't see. I don't feel
Oh,
like
man,
we should
yeah.
give them the.
Oh, because they don't even have.
So
Yeah,
They
let's
don't have their second pick.
see. So
Oh,
I would
sorry.
say.
Their first round. Yeah, they have a. Oh yeah.
So take 64 out, make it 95,
Yeah, let's do 95.
and then do 38 and one the
See,
180.
But then that moves us back.
Or it does.
Yeah, we need Titans. Nuh-uh.
So
We
no.
don't care about you. Let's try the Carolina. Let's try the Panthers. They can take another, All right, so let's do that.
And they have, those right
Okay.
there.
Oh, so let's do
So
a
we'll-
30-second 64
Uh-huh.
and give them. Let's just for giggles.
Second and third
This
next year.
Yeah, second, and third, and give them a fourth.
Next year.
This year.
So yeah, that one
Yep.
there.
And let's get their 2 second-round picks.
33 and 39.
Wow.
Rejected.
See, I'm telling you, I don't think this is just a simulator either. I think we're going to see some of this play out.
How dare they
I know.
try to get better?
Okay, so let's go ahead and let the draft resume, and we'll finish this thing off. Let's see what we got around pick 32nd.
We tried to do one with trades.
Yeah, we tried.
We'll see.
All right, so this would bump us down
no
to
down
39,
here and
but
then
move
up.
us up. Was that fourth round?
third
And
round.
it-
No, fourth round.
Yeah, the
That'll move
101.
us up in the fourth
Yes.
round.
Let's
and
just
we would get
wait. Okay, before
a third round pick
all right,
next year.
hit next, and let's see what else is there.
Yeah.
32nd. So it drops
20.
all to 48th the next year. Nah, go to
Mm.
another one. All right, go to that first one, and let's take it. Let's just take it.
Yep.
Just
Okay.
for fun. Yeah, we're gonna accept it, and let's just see what it looks like of who.
So
of who
Leggett
falls.
went. Kingsley went.
Okay.
Okay, yo, Adonai Mitchell is on the board right
we're
now.
we're gonna reject that. I think. See, look. I think if AD Mitchell falls here, I think you take him.
Yeah, you've got to take
him here?
Yep. I
You've
think you
got to
take him.
take. He's fallen to mid second. Well, not mid second round, but close to. I can't believe he fell this far
I know.
in this one.
Yep.
Lock it in Mitchell.
Yeah. Let's lock
Yeah.
in Mitchell.
All right.
Lock in Mitchell.
Let's just lock in AD Mitchell, and then what was it? We're still at 64, right?
Mhm.
Thinks yes.
Okay, pause it here. All right, let's see. So
Let's
the
go.
Philadelphia Eagles right there.
Yep.
Let's propose a trade, and we're gonna try to bump them down and move us up.
Yeah.
Yep. Let's give them 64
Give him
and 95, and we want their 50th and
120th.
120th, and give them next year's.
Tennessee.
Yep, Tennessee. Yeah, let's do that.
We have a Carolina now as well.
Oh,
Give him Tennessee and Carolina.
yeah, let's give them
next
both.
year.
Let's do it. Philly.
Ew, this is intense.
I know.
64, 95.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know some of you.
Tennessee
are,
and Carolina.
Some of you on the
And
verge
then-
of cringe.
That's
No,
it?
Yeah, and then go there and 110.
You know what?
120th.
Yeah, 120th, and yeah, let's do it.
Right.
Oh,
Nice.
we got
Let's
a
go.
trade.
Okay,
Nice.
Sweet.
All right, so we moved up a couple slots. Let's go.
So we can resume.
And we technically only gave away what 2 that we gained.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, we don't want that one. 74th. Nah,
No.
we'll leave it.
Nope.
Yeah, reject
them
those.
both.
All right,
Okay.
let's go. Let's go
Okay.
offensive tackle.
Yeah, who
Let's
we
go
got
O
available
tackle.
for
See what O
offensive
tackle is
tackle?
available. No.
No.
Let's look at offense.
Oh, yep.
And
Geez, stats guy.
I don't know.
I know. It paused for some reason. I don't know why.
Oh, and look, Blake Fisher's still there, who we took last. Let's go ahead and go with Roger Rosengarten. Yeah, let's take that big fella.
Mhm.
Look at that.
Okay.
So we got a little move up, and then
Go ahead, pause it at 60. Oh, I just want to see. We don't have anything in the third round, right? Available. So can you scroll down on the? So our next pick is fourth round.
no, yeah, are we done there?
So our next pick is fourth round.
Yeah.
Okay.
First of the fourth round. Let's try to make another trade.
Yeah, let's go up. Let's
Okay,
go
so
up.
propose one more trade. This will probably
Who
be
do
the
we wanna
last one
trade
of
with?
the. So scroll up. Let's try to trade. Keep going. Let's try to trade
Yeah, keep going.
with.
Go, yeah, go up there.
Okay, scroll down just a little. Maybe Cardinals.
Should I get
Get
this 71
top
right here?
No, let's try to get scroll up. Let's actually try to get
Seahawks,
let's try
right?
to get Baltimore 62. Let's just try this real quick.
Okay.
go Baltimore. Confirm.
All right. So we'll get 62. Give them 101. Give them 159.
And give them.
Is that 159 or 156? I don't know.
159.
Give them fourth round of next year.
Yeah. Fourth round of next year.
That's just something crazy. Oh, rejected.
Nope. Okay. So do the same thing. We're gonna give up some capital. 101. Let's do 159. Let's do third round of next year. For
get their
62.
62nd.
Oh,
Okay,
jeez, really?
Forget them.
Yep. No, just keep going with the draft.
All right, let's keep
going.
going. Let's play it out.
Yep.
We
let's
do no
just-
more moves.
Let's just pick the
and then
101.
we get the fourth round pick, right?
We get the 101st pick. Yeah.
So we got a receiver.
Yep.
We got tier 2 receiver.
Yep.
I think we got a tier
Tier
2
two tackle.
offensive tackle. And now I think let's just let's look at defensive line here. Go to the defensive side.
He's
I'll keep
already
you
on.
resuming. You can resume, and then go to the defense. Oh, he's on there. Let's go to
Tackle?
Let's go to tackle.
Yeah.
Since we did resign Mike Dana, so let's look at some of these tackles. Oh, Tavondre Sweat is still there. If he's there, we take him.
Yo, my guy, Tavondre Sweat. Nope.
101.
The heck with that one. Get it out of here. Tavondre Sweat.
Yep.
There we
Tavondre
go.
Sweat.
All right. There we go. And
Should
that's going to be
Yeah, that should be it.
Yep.
that's going to be our draft.
And that would be the draft there. And that was with some trades and what we I think we technically only gave up draft capital that we gained. So technically we would still be sitting at all 7 picks next year.
Oh, this shows
Right.
that we still have one.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
wait,
we have
wait.
a late.
We had a
120. Okay,
because
reject
we
it.
gained.
Yep.
Yeah.
Reject it. Go ahead, reject that.
Yeah, let's see.
Go ahead. Let's
Should we go secondary?
secondary. Let's go
Let's look at
secondary. Let's see.
Cam Hart's available. He wasn't available. Last one.
For Notre Dame. Who's that? Let me look this up real quick. Cornerback. Oh, Cam Hart.
Yeah.
Who was overall 60. They had him at the position ranked 10th, 6'3", 202. He's a bigger corner. He runs well. Reads receivers.
let's
take
do it.
him.
Let's take him.
Let's take Cam Hart.
So that'll be
He's about the same size as Joshua Williams
yeah.
too.
And that okay, so that is our draft.
Yeah,
That's
there
our
you
draft.
go. There you go.
So we'll go ahead and I'll throw up the end results on the screen
Okay.
for us, so you guys watching can see it. So we got Adonai Mitchell 39.
Yep. So we moved down from 32nd to 39,
Right.
but we
got-
moved up in the second round.
Yep. We got Roger Rosengarten
Yep.
at 50. We got Tavondre Sweat at 101 and Cam Hart at 120.
At 120.
So I think that's pretty successful.
I think that's pretty good. That's pretty.
So yeah,
that's
this
pretty interesting. Not to say necessarily the Chiefs will take these players, but just
Right.
thinking about if we move down but
Right.
move up some other spots, just what could be. So,
Yep.
man, I think this was fun. I'm so
Yeah,
excited for
this is fun. This
year's
is
draft.
this was definitely our longest episode so far, but it was pretty fun. So
Yeah.
we'll do this.
I'm
Let's
excited
do this
for the
again
draft.
next week. Let's do this again next week. We'll do one more mock draft
we'll-
before the draft.
Yep, we're going to try to get together before the draft, so that'll be earlier next week.
Right.
And then obviously we have the draft on that
Right.
Thursday.
So we're gonna probably release a video day one of the draft. So the next Thursday morning. What is that? The 25th.
Yep.
We'll release a video and yeah, guys. So that was fun. Anything before we go, Josiah?
I got nothing. That was
Okay.
fun.
Deontay, anything?
No, that was pretty fun, man. It gets interesting.
exciting.
Yeah, I'm
It's
excited
exciting.
for this draft. So.
All right. Well, I guess until next time, guys, thy kingdom come.